The first step to getting out of wrist and hand pain is to simply do the opposite activity that's been causing it. Now, for most of us, we are constantly in pronation, keyboard, 10 key, whatever our job is, massage therapists, we're here, we never work here. So our hands are never in supination while at work. So the first step is always going to be reverse the activity. And for the vast majority of it, we're going to start in flexion, loose fist, and we're going to open and go into extension. Now, as we do this, we want to work at really opening our hands and getting our fingers to go back, and then our wrists to go back, open and extend. Now, the bigger you make the motion, the more you're reversing out the activity. Now, when you get out here and you turn the other way, you might get a zinger down your arm because you're actually starting to floss the nerve. So be careful with that. If after 3 to 5 reps, it doesn't ease up, this is your pain-free range. You're not adding that neck rotation to it. In the next couple days, you want to just check it. Okay, it's a little better. Okay, you can go further. And then as you go further back, you're going to get a stretch through your chest, and then you can add the neck and just work that. So this activity simply reverses what caused the problem, and it gets you on the road to reversing out the pain from the issue of life here. To take care of your forearms, you can do pin and stretch to yourself, and this depends on your mobility. But on the edge of a massage table, you can start here, stretch, come here. So I'm shortening everything by making a fist and flexing it, putting the pressure on, letting my hand open, and I'm helping go into extension. That's pin and stretch for all the flexors of the forearm. You can work this, you can flip your arm over, work the other side. You have to have a measure of mobility to get your knee to your forearm. If you can't get your knee to your forearm to do pin and stretch along these muscles, this tool is excellent for that. And you're just gonna have it resting. It has a base that pivots. You're gonna have it resting. This is adjustable in and out depending on how big your forearm is. You can use it on other parts of your body, but for this demo, it's forearms. So we're gonna go in here, and you can see how this is narrow up here, wider here. The wider spot is gonna put more pressure. So it's designed for you to be able to roll in and out. So we're working on the extensors of the wrist right now, and then we can work on the flexors. So it simply looks like this. You want to shorten the extensors, put a little bit of pressure. You have leverage now, so this left hand's not working very hard. Make a gentle fist and stretch. Release, let the blood flow in there. Put the pressure on and flex. Extend, put the pressure on, flex with a gentle fist. Release the pressure, go back. Every time you release the pressure in a pin and stretch, fresh oxygenated blood flows through the area, and what that does is it helps accelerate healing. The pin and stretch in of itself is getting those bound up, tight, stiff, and sore muscles. When you get up around the elbow, the outside of the elbow, tennis elbow area, it's gonna get tender. You keep the pressure where you can handle it. Now, we just did from the wrist to the elbow, wrist extensors. We're simply going to turn this device around and we're going to catch the flexors of the arm. Okay, we started with the wrist extensors. Now we're going to do the flexors of the forearm. The inside medial epicondyle of the elbow, that's where you're going to see people with golfer's elbow. The name golfer's elbow and tennis elbow simply are referring to tennis elbow on the outside, golfer's elbow on the inside. It has nothing to do with the sport. So here we go. We have the Rolflex device. We simply turn it around and then we put our arm back in. Now, because we're working on the flexors of the arm, we want to start the action here with them short, put pressure on those muscles, open the hand, and extend. We only put enough pressure that it's not uncomfortable or unbearable. Now we're gonna go in here, flex, open the hand, and extend. Release, go further in, flex, extend, open, release. So flex, loose fist, put the pressure on, open, and extend, and you're gonna really feel those muscles getting stretched under pressure. Very important, after you extend, which is stretching all of the muscles that flex your wrist and close your hand, after you extend under pressure, you release the pressure so that fresh blood can flow in. So say your heart beats 60 times a minute, even if you did it 1 second pulses, that's enough time to get fresh blood in there. When you're working on the muscles of your forearm, pin and stretch, you want to get all of them because none of us have x-ray vision to see which muscle is actually causing the inflammation and irritation. That inflammation and irritation can show up as carpal tunnel syndrome, it can show up as Descartes veins, it can show up as any type of wrist and hand pain. This is just the beginning because the vast majority of muscles that operate your wrist and hand, they live here. So when you're working pin and stretch with a device like this or with your knee, you want to hit every muscle you can, 5 to 10 pin and stretches in each spot, and you want to do it in such a way that it doesn't hurt, it doesn't take too much time, and that you don't end up being bruised the next day. So you want to start easy, start completely pain-free, and move from there. The results will be quick. You will have relief within the first day or two.